Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the BYU Cougars. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the BYU Cougars offense will have the football first. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find some.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Snagged in the middle, it's Roberts. And he's dragged down. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games.
Oh, he's got some space. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Caught behind the line. It's Martin. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Offside. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. Trying to impose their will with the run. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Handoff to the single running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 9th play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll take a shot. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar!
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Rebels offense has the ball for the first time. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously, so it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get louder and louder.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Touchdown, BYU. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Looking downfield on first down. Looking for a huge play. Makes the grab down the left side. Running free. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Looking for blocking. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Buckmeyer. Makes the grab, it's Wyatt. Still running at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Great play by the cornerback. And this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Martin. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Tough to beat Maction, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Toledo. Any big developments here on the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. Offensive approach now. Maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Stribling. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Lacey. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds his man. It's Stribling. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Rebels are flying down the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So,
and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long.
There he goes! He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Makes the catch, it's Bachmeier. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Martin. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15.
He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cougars.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking for a big gain. He's got it down the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Ole Miss. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna look downfield again. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it back to the 26-yard line as they come up with a big interception there.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. A linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
On third down, he drops the throw. Going for the big play. Makes the grab on the right. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now,
They got it, it's blocked.
Yeah, a lot of times in field goal block, you load up one side, they load up the left side, push all the guys backwards, slip through the crack, get their hand up, and get the big block. Nice job.
Using his legs to buy some time. Pulls it in, it's dribbling. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. The Rebels want to move quickly. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire on second down. He fires to the left side. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. They're down to the 20. 1st and 10. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll go to the ground. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for room. It's Martin. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll run this play from the pistol. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to fire to the left. It's caught. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback. And the Rebels are in the hurry-up.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be...
Turning it on! He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit.
Touchdown, Rebels! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And the returner will be knocked down. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Forced out of the pocket. He's got it on the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Wants to go up top on first down. He'll take another shot here. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He'll try to take it back.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Fires left. He's got it. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Bachmeier. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And this guy stood in the pocket, and he took one right in the kisser and still delivered the ball.
Showed you his toughness there, Reese, didn't he? And he still had to be accurate with that throw because that was man coverage. He really had to do a good job making sure that football was put on his target.
Got it behind the line. It's Erickson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And remember, he's already had one blocked in this game. Absolutely perfect. That'll cut the lead to 28-27. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. New Mexico State is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in Las Cruces, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 11 over Nebraska. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the up. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Goes out of bounds at the 13, and man, is this offense set up now.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smarter.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Lacey. At the 45 on his way. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and an array of possibilities here. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. On target to the left. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. He'll get rid of it. He makes a grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Takes a snap, wants to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And the D denied him on second and goal. Slams ahead. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Field goal is good. And they go back on top. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll take it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. Right down the middle. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Roberts. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And the veteran presence is obvious for this senior behind center. And the QB has more than had his weight as lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Breeze, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is playing.
I love this by the offensive coordinator because as the game goes along, you see how are they going to line up when we line up in this? What coverage do they like to play? And then you can take advantage. You say, all right, the corner route is open. I'm going to hit it.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Release to the back. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. The run from the shotgun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man to the left. Breaks into the open. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got...
Just keeps moving. And he's brought down after a nice game. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an action.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Here's the pressure. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense has got...
Lofts one high and deep. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Unloads it left. Converts on 4th down, still going. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
What a big play in the 4th quarter when you're trailing and you really needed to get a first down here. Nice job by the quarterback, making the pass, getting the first down.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. So now it's 2nd and long. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. With that penalty, they give this offense a little helping hand. Now it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Going for it all. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Going for 6. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big...
Going the other way, and he's got room. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Caught near the sticks. It's Lee. They'll make stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. So they're closing in on a solid top 25 win for the resume, in addition to holding off any thoughts of an upset.
Well, they were very anxious and eager, too, to make a statement to the entire country just how dominant they...
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Taking it the other way. He's at the 30. He's at the touchdown, BYU. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion is good, and we're tied here in the final period. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Quarterback may change this route. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
You need points to win this game, but it's a good sign that your offensive line is firing off the ball here late and getting some push. That was a really good-looking run late in this one.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking down the left side. And he'll make the catch at the 15.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The offense changing the play. They'll try to get outside. Touchdown, Rebels! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. And coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point and make it a touchdown game. And there might be 2 more plays left. And kickoff, maybe 1 more snap for the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guy's...
A shot toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays.